and welcome. We will continue on our Sailstar courses, theoretic ones. We will talk about anchoring on sway. When you just drop your anchor in any place in the water, and what to think about. So what I will do when I will go with swaying on anchoring, it could be little worrying about that the anchor will not actually stuck there, and the opposite, that it actually will stuck too much. So first of all, we try to find a bay where we have some kind of lee. So I guess the wind will come from somewhere near. The wind will not come onto the shore. So then it gives us that's pretty much calm water. It's not so much waves. Might be some wind. So we take our boat, go up, usually by engine, and go up towards the wind. So and then we have find a spot where we like to have our anchor, and I really don't want to anchor in deeper than 10 meters, but perhaps not even shallower than 5 meters, depending on if it's Stockholm Archipelago or Tenerife or Croatia or whatever. It's okay. Well, we find a spot where we have, say, 7-8 meters depth of water. We drop our anchor, and if it's like 8 meter deep, I like to put at least 40 meters, 5 times the depth, down to the bottom. So I pretty much just drop it, and the chain usually have like a green 10 meters, yellow 20 meters, red 30 meters, and perhaps some other colors. Or if it's a little more modern, there's a calculator on the display, so it calculates how many meters you have put out. So let's say at least 40 meters. You probably have 60, 80, perhaps 100 meters of anchor chain, hopefully, on your boat, on a big boat. So drop your anchor then, and when you have dropped your meters, you just go reverse. And because when you're going reverse, you will not go really straight. You will probably go a little like this. And when you have reversed your 40 meters or whatever you have here, then you actually feel the boat getting stuck. Try to have a hand or perhaps a rope on the chain, so it's not really going in too hard to the boat, like a safety one on the chain, and you will feel that the boat will just dip down and it's stuck. And then when that happens, the actually boat will actually go forward a few meters again, because if we look this from the side, we say we have a bottom here. You have your water here. You first drop your anchor down here, then you go reverse, take away the wind, go reverse, and when you have reversed, so the chains get pretty straight, not fully straight, it's too heavy for that, then you will feel that the anchor will get some bite into the ground. Hopefully it could be kelp, it could be some really nice smooth rock. Well, then it's getting hard to get the grip. Usually if it's sand or clay or perhaps some smaller rocks, it will stuck. And when it has stuck, the boat will go forward because the chain will go pretty much like this and pull the boat forward. When the boat is there, I usually try to to look at something on here. So perhaps like, okay, I might have 2 trees, so I can have them in bearing to my boat. Perhaps there's a wall here, so alongside the wall, so I can have some things in my mind, so I know where the boat was when I put it down the anchor and I had it to bite. And so I will go up after an hour and check, okay, well, I still have the wall, the facade here, the two trees or rocks or whatever I have here. Of course, there's also quite a few apps, anchor watches apps, that you can put down, or you can use your chart plotter to put it down and say, okay, I'm here, and allow some kind of distance that it will move, like 15 meters or something, or 25 meters. The boat will probably, if it's not really too windy, it will not move along where you have your anchor, because a lot of it will be on the bottom here. So it will, if the wind changes, it will pretty much move around this point. So you have the circle about here. It won't be the circle around your anchor like here. That would be shit, wouldn't it? This is if you have chain, and heavy chain, hopefully. If it's just a rope, or just a 5-meter chain and then rope, you will pretty much be moving around your own anchor, and when you have moved it like 90, 135 degrees, you probably will rip it up from the bottom and it get loose. So not good idea to not using chain, just something really heavy that you want to have on the bottom. This is anchoring. Of course, if there are other boats here, you have to be assured that you're not going to slam into other boats, so keep some distance to them. Hopefully they will move together. If the wind is changing, you move together. But especially if the land here is kind of high, the wind might go the opposite. It will go around the trees and go back, and then you might have wind here on this direction and wind here on this direction, and then the boats are moving differently. So watch out for that. So you actually have some kind of good margin around other boats. And of course, it's always the last boat that has to have the margin to other boats. If you're first, well, then you're first, and you drop your anchor, and then everyone else has to deal with you. This is anchoring on with an anchor, and we say it's swaying. Okay, we will go on to next, going into a mooring onto a dock, and then we'll talk about spring, and we'll do the Swedish way to go on to the bow to land as well. Okay, thank you.